Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Wow, I have a very interesting conspiracy theory for us today. And a few people have asked me about this, so I thought, let's bring it out. I'm going to use the Crow Tarot. And it is Bob Ross, the painter, the famous painter we all know, the fellow who makes happy little clouds and whatnot. If you don't know who Bob Ross is, go Google him. I'm sure as soon as you see one of his paintings or you see him, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. There's a conspiracy theory that he was actually a serial mass murderer, and the pictures that he painted were actually locations of the bodies. Yeah, this is a true conspiracy theory. You can go, when somebody mentioned it to me, I was like, what? I've never heard this before. What the heck is going on? And sure enough, there's conspiracy theories that he's two different people, and that's why none of his paintings have ever been sold. He only gave away a certain amount to people. You can see them in a book and whatnot, but his paintings are not for sale and never have been sold, is because they were sacred places where he buried the bodies. And that's why there's so many repetitive of mountain with a cabin. I think somebody counted 99% of his 30,000 pictures that he painted have trees in them. So there was one, and proof of this is they showed some crime scenes, and he actually painted those scenes. And but which came first, right? Did he see it in a news clipping and decide to paint it, or what? So anyways, let's get to the question. Was Bob Ross a serial murderer or mass murderer or even just a murderer? Was Bob Ross a mass murderer or a serial murderer and covered up his tracks with his charming personality? And did he leave clues where everybody is buried? Cards are ready. Wow, 7 of Cups. There was a lot of things. 5 of Cups in reverse. King of Cups. Well, there he is. He's a Scorpio. His birthday's October 29th. He was only 52 when he died. And he died of complications of smoking. And the way his will went and everything, lots of tomfoolery going on there. 3 of cherries, 3 of Pentacles. And the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. So we've got 2 sevens here. One's a 7 of Cups, one's a 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, look at that. The clock is going, yeah. And the King of Cups. I think that there's a lot of stories about him, but I don't think any of them are true here with this. None of them have legs here with the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. None of them have substance. None of them can go anywhere. I think this 3 of Pentacles could be the people who are now in charge of his will and his legacy and everything, and just looking forward to the future. I'm wondering if some of these stories were planted by somebody who doesn't want to see the people who have the rights to him make any kind of money. Death on top of the 5 of Cups in reverse. 2 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think after his death and his will and his children, I think his one son is trying to replicate his legacy. And he finally got to be able to use his own father's name. He had to take them to court. And I think somebody might have planted some seeds to discredit the 8 of Cups in reverse. I think somebody planted some seeds to discredit Bob's name, so the people who owned it had couldn't make any money off of it. Knight of Wands in reverse. Yeah, that's the attack right there. I think it was a hit piece. Justice. That's exactly what it is, guys. It's exactly what it is. This was from somebody, I think, who wanted to make sure they made no money off of um, the name Bob Ross. You know what? If we put it out there that he's a mass murderer, he's a terrible person, or who's going to want to buy his paintings, or I mean, that sometimes that can backfire on you. A lot of people don't realize, but the Mustache Man was a painter, and some of his paintings actually now go for more than they would have been worth if he wasn't the Mustache Man. I think you might know who I'm talking about. He lived 80 years ago. I'm sure you can figure it out. Um, they were trying to get justice. So by making Bob Ross's name bad news, the fool, yeah, by making, they wanted to discredit them, and I can see it now. The Empress in reverse, yeah. They wanted to make sure they had no more possibilities. They're doing things like putting his face on a waffle maker and stuff like that. They've never sold any of his paintings. They said that was his wish. And apparently they're all locked up in a storage, somewhere in storage. They weren't destroyed. And, but they do sell his likeness for many, many different things, like merching. I think that's all it was. Ace of Wands, to discredit his name so that they can't make any money off of it. Eight of Wands in reverse, Seven of Swords in reverse, and the Four of Swords upright, and the Nine of Swords in reverse. That's what it was, guys. I think somebody started planting these stories out there, um, hoping that they would get legs. And I'm not getting anything evil about this man at all. I'm getting that it was something to stop the people who are making money off of him. There's a special on Netflix about Bob Ross, about what all happened. His handlers, you could call them. Today we would call them handlers and groomers, um, and how they basically took everything from him, his fortune, his name, everything they owned. And even though his will, he wanted it to go to his two children, they fought them in court and won because they owned his name as a business. Apparently the business has more rights over than the siblings. And I think this is what's happened here. I think they're thinking, well, you know what? You can have his name, but we're going to wreck his name, and then you have nothing. And I think that's exactly, they just wanted to quiet down these people and make, because they're making money hand over fist over this person's name. Um, and I think that's what all it was to stop it. Next card wants to show itself. Five of Swords in reverse. Yeah, almost a bully situation. Six of Wands in reverse. They weren't very successful. Page of Cups. It was really surprising and shocking news. The Hanged Man. It didn't go anywhere. The Star. It really didn't go anywhere. I'm just going to move that so you can see. Didn't heal anything. Didn't do what they thought it would do. Yeah, I think it just kind of stalled. I don't think this man was a mass murderer. I think there was an ulterior motive, all to do with money. And I don't see, like, where's the Tower? Where's the Devil? Where's the Knight of Swords in reverse, which is attack? Where's the Three of Swords? There's all kinds of cards here that could indicate harm to another person, and we just simply don't have them. Even the Five of Swords upright can be harm to another person, and we don't have that at all. I think, yeah, it is a conspiracy. It is a theory, and I'm calling it false. That takes a lot for me to call a theory false. And I absolutely had no idea what I was going into. Like I said, I've never heard it. I researched it a bit. I listened to some, and they have really good arguments, like all good conspiracy theories do. But at the end of the day, just some of them are not true. And this is one that is not true. Well, thank you very much for spending this time with me. I sure appreciate you. Please take good care. See you online. Bye for now.